Well, what can I say? In the name of science and with a spirit of curiosity, I ordered the gold bundle as well. And once again, FedEx has delivered a box full of mystery to my house. Walthers sells this for the princely sum of $475 and claims it's worth over $1,000. This is guaranteed to include a dozen freight cars and one DC locomotive, plus structures and scenery items. So let's see what kind of trouble I've gotten myself into here. Up first, we have a pair of Flexivan trailers painted for the mighty New York Central Railroad. These are a neat piece of railroad history, and among the earliest forays into intermodal freight. They're also a perfect load for the G85 flat car we unboxed in the Silver Bundle video. Walthers sells this pair for $36.98. Next item is another of the same, but this pair has a tire that's come loose and the wheels are disconnected from the box there. But the prototype was designed to do that, so points for accuracy, I guess, and it's an easy fix anyway. Same item, same price, $36.98. Up next, we have an intermodal container marked for Tiger Cool Express. This is actually a refrigerated unit with some nice detail there. Walthers' list price is $18.98, and it's currently on sale for $14.98. Here's a 45-foot container in evergreen livery. Walthers' list price is $13.98. Up next, a Morgan Olson Route Star van marked for Krusty's Pizza. List price is $23.98, on sale for $20.98. Next, we have an International 4300 crew cab dump truck in maintenance of Way White. Walthers' list price $15.98, on sale for $13.98. Next up is another truck, an International 4900 fire department utility truck, $16.98 list price, on sale for $14.98. Now we have our first building kit of this bundle, an open-air transload facility. Walthers' list price is $57.98. Here's another refrigerated container lettered for the Canadian Pacific. Walthers' list price is $18.98. This is the City Water Tower. It comes fully assembled, ready for installation on your layout, and includes a sheet of alphabet decals so you can apply a name of your choice if you'd like. List price is $53.98. Here's a huge kit, a tire plant, part of Walthers' Auto Industry collection of building kits. Box art suggests multiple types of freight cars could service this industry and make for some interesting switching movements. Walthers sells this kit for $85.98. Up next, we have Tommy's Toys and Games. Looks like this kit is designed to snap together instead of using glue, and uses drape inserts, window details, and an LED light to illuminate the interior. Walthers sells this for $52.98. Here's a mission-style freight house like you might have seen along the Santa Fe right-of-way back in the day. Walthers' list price is $41.98. Last item here is this modern short-span concrete railroad bridge. These are absolutely everywhere in real life, and probably would fit into any layout depicting the last 50 to 60 years or so. Walthers' list price is $47.98. That's already a lot of stuff, and I'm willing to bet we've already pulled out more value in MSRP terms than the purchase price of the bundle. But wait, there's more. Box 2 awaits, and remember, we still haven't found a single piece of rolling stock or the locomotive promised in the gold bundle. First up in our second box, it's a pair of concrete column streetlights. Walthers' list price for these is $21.98, and they're on sale for $11.99. Like the streetlight in the silver box, this will be discontinued when sold out. Here's a package of 6 people, or rather what used to be people, as Walthers calls them zombies. They look the part. Might be a fun Easter egg to hide on the layout somewhere. And now this is interesting because Walthers.com has 2 listings for this same set of 6 figures. Under the Scenemaster brand, it sells for $18.98. But under the company who manufactures these for Walthers, is listed for $26.99 and says it can't ship to California. So best guess there is it could be a Prop 65 labeling issue. But at any rate, for the purpose of this video, I'll be using the lower price. On to the next. Here we go with the first of 12 freight cars in the gold bundle. And what will prove to be a harbinger of things to come, it is an 89-foot bi-level shielded auto rack painted for Conrail. Walthers' MSRP is $44.98, and it's on sale for $23.99. Up next is an 85-foot General American G85 flat car painted for TTX. Walthers' list price is $31.98, on sale for $17.99. Like I said earlier, Walthers promises a standard DC locomotive in each gold bundle mystery box, and here's ours. It's a GE-8 painted for Amtrak California, who operated 2 of these locomotives, numbered 2051 and 2052, on routes like the San Joaquins and Capitol Corridor. I wasn't able to find record of this specific unit, 2054, existing in real life, so perhaps that's how it ended up as a mystery box item. Either way, Walthers' list price for this is $169.98, but today it's on sale. Of course it is. $112.99. Next, here's a tri-level open auto rack painted for the Pennsylvania Railroad. Walthers' list price is $44.98, on sale for $23.99. Here's another tri-level open auto rack in Great Northern livery. Walthers list price is $44.98, on sale for $23.99. Here's our fourth auto rack of this bundle, a bi-level shielded car marked for the ATSF. Walthers list price is
Say the line, Bart!
$44.98, on sale for $23.99. This is a 60-foot Pullman standard flat car for the Sioux line. List price is $34.98, on sale for $19.99. Here's a 68-foot bulkhead flat car in TTX paint. Walthers MSRP $34.98, on sale for $19.99. This is another 85-foot General American G85 flat car painted for TTX, but it's a different number from the first one we pulled today. List price is $34.98, on sale for $17.99. Here's our third G85 flat car in TTX paint. Still a unique number to the others in this box. MSRP is $34.98, on sale for $17.99. This is a 60-foot Pullman standard flat car painted for TTX. List price is $34.98, on sale for $19.99. Here's yet another 60-foot Pullman standard TTX flat car in a different paint scheme and number with container pedestals this time. List for $34.98, on sale for $19.99. Once more, and for the final time, it's a 60-foot Pullman standard TTX flat car like the one we just pulled, but in a different number. MSRP $34.98, and it too is on sale for $19.99. We're almost done, folks. Here's a town church kit from Lifelike. Walthers sells this for $29.98. Next is some flexible stone trim and abutments from Chooch Enterprises, medium size. Walthers list price on this is $15.98, and it's on sale for $9.49. Small and large sizes also available for flexible applications on your layout. And here's our final item. It's a concrete stepped wall, also from Chooch Enterprises, for in-scale. Interesting to see this in what I had assumed was an HO-only box. List price is $15.98, and it too is on sale for $9.49. So as it turns out, the silver and gold boxes are listed as all scale on the Walthers website. Would I consider this box to be all scale? No, absolutely not. It's entirely HO with one in-scale thing, but that's what they said it was, so I guess that's fine. So now it's time for math. Let's start with the rolling stock. All 12 of our freight cars combine for a total MSRP of $456.76. Combined sale price, however, is $249.88. As for our locomotive, like I said earlier, Walthers MSRP on this DC model is $169.98, and it's currently on a huge discount for $112.99. As far as non-DCC models go, this seems fine, although Walthers mainline Dash 8s aren't exactly renowned for their level of detail out of the box. On to the structure kits. Combined MSRP on everything you see here is $370.86. Each structure kit is also offered to Yardmaster members at a lower price, which combine to $333.76. Finally, here's all of the scenery and detail items. Combined MSRP here is $255.76. With on-sale prices considered, the street price is $220.39. Yardmasters, however, can purchase all of these items for a combined total of $209.19. Time for overall totals. For full boat MSRP, everything in the box today adds to $1,253.36. Against the claim of $1,000 value, that easily clears. But we all know that nobody is paying full MSRP for all of this stuff. So if you purchased everything from Walthers.com today, as of mid-September 2025, it would cost you $954.12. And if you're a Yardmaster member, you'd pay $905.82. Not quite $1,000, but it's still close enough, especially if you're not a Yardmaster member, to double the value. So no real reason for me to feel upset about that. And of course, like I did with the Silver Box video last week, I took a look at Train World and Model Train stuff to see how their prices compared. None of the freight cars were available, like we saw last week, but I did find a similar standard DC Amtrak California Dash 8 with a different road number, one that actually existed, on Model Train stuff for $160.63. As for structure kits and scenery items, it would take me way too long to read everything out loud, so you can pause to see each of these listings as they appear if you choose. All you need to know is that everything was available on at least one site I checked, and that prices were generally, but not always, considerably lower on either Train World or Model Train stuff. If you were to buy all of this stuff from whichever site had the item cheapest, including Walthers with Yardmaster pricing, the quote-unquote value of the structure kits in this gold bundle would drop to $292.43 for a quote-unquote savings of $41.33 over straight Yardmaster pricing, while scenery items would drop to $204.08 for a savings of just $5.11 over the Yardmaster only total. All in all, the cheapest available price acquisition method using a combination of Walthers and third-party sites would result in a total purchase price of just $859.38. It's definitely no $1,000 value from that perspective, and when you exclude the auto racks from the equation, since I don't particularly want those, you're looking at a minimum bundle quote-unquote price of $763.42 compared to the mystery box cost of $475, which, hey, that's still a pretty nice discount, all things considered, since everything else in the box is stuff I'm going to end up using. For me personally, it's perfectly fine. You may have a different opinion, and that's okay. And of course, any other box is going to be different since it is random. And now here's where things get interesting with reference to last week, because we have some repeat items. If you've been paying attention, you already know what they are, but for everyone else, the International Fire Department utility truck is a repeat from the silver box. The Pullman standard flat cars have 2 repeats in the TTX paint, which you can see on the screen there. While we did have a couple of repeats, we also had a number of flat cars and auto racks appear in this box that match the same series of cars we pulled from the silver bundle with different road numbers. Is it intentional? Or is it the luck of the draw from the "we gotta get rid of these" pile? Who knows? But I will appreciate having some nice pairs and groups of same series cars to run together. And now the big question, how much of this will I actually use? First off, I want to mention something. There's a saying in model railroading that I really like, and it says, "My railroad, my rules." It's totally fine to run your layout anachronistically if you like, so long as you're having fun playing with trains. That's what really matters. But I do have a pretty well-defined idea of what I'd personally like to do. So if you remember the silver bundle video, I mentioned I'm planning on modeling 2000 to the present day in the American Southeast, which unfortunately means those neat New York Central flexivans aren't a good fit for that, and neither are the auto racks. They're all a few decades too old. The mission-style freight depot also isn't a great fit for similar reasons, but everything else will definitely get used, and I'm especially excited to have a big industry kit with the tire plant and some other useful buildings, plus the flat cars, since those can be used to haul almost anything, including maybe some creative open loads I might be able to 3D print. We'll see. I have no reason to keep the duplicate freight cars, and I may end up trying to sell the auto racks, since between the 2 boxes, I have 8 of those, and I don't particularly want to have any of them. And I also checked eBay. They're being sold for reasonable prices, and most importantly, actually purchased by buyers, not just sitting there for months. I might sell the Flexivan trailers, or I might not. Depends on how adventurous I feel later about trying to repaint or redecal them to something else, or repurpose them for something. The duplicate truck is a non-issue since vehicles can easily be placed anywhere, rotated through scenes at will, and be assigned to any industry or service on your layout without much extra effort. And then there's the Locomotive. I'm planning on doing a lot of modern passenger train modeling, so it was nice to get an Amtrak diesel, except the California service is about 2,000 miles away from the area I'm wanting to represent. So I might sell it, I might not. If I manage to stumble across a really good deal on some California cars, then it could be a good opportunity to bust out the "My Railroad, My Rules" thing and run a Capital Corridor train through Atlanta or something instead of Sacramento. So, final thoughts. I want to thank everyone who watched my first video on the Silver Bundle and left some good comments. There's a few things I wanted to quickly address based on those. The Walthers Mystery Box concept I feel like works really well because Walthers is a pretty vertically integrated company with a big variety of product offerings, and because they're the manufacturer for most of the stuff that bears their name, their pricing on their own website is going to reflect full MSRP. It does stand for Manufacturer Suggested Retail Price, after all. So obviously your local hobby shop or your favorite online retailer is going to have lower prices than Walthers.com. I probably wouldn't suggest buying everything direct from Walthers, although they do sometimes have a stock of items that distributors have sold out of if you're really wanting to find something. But this MSRP versus sale price difference that we've discussed in some of these items is exactly why I included some prices from Train World and Model Train stuff in these 2 Mystery Box videos. It's to help you get a better idea of the quote-unquote real value to any given consumer, and not just whatever price Walthers chooses to assign to their own products on their own website. And if you're familiar with how retail pricing typically works, you'll know that most distributors purchase items from manufacturers for prices around 50% off MSRP. Some will get additional tiered discounts like 50 and 5 or 50 and 10, and what ends up happening with these mystery boxes is that it seems it's essentially just Walthers giving end users distributor pricing on items that seem to mostly be overstocks or slow-moving products or things that are about to be discontinued, while having those buyers exchange that value to lose the right to choose what they receive. So, of course, you're entitled to your own opinion about that and are free to decide whether or not the mystery boxes are a good thing for you to buy or not. I should also note these boxes seem to trend a bit more modern. So if you're modeling anything before maybe, I don't know, the 1970s, you probably aren't going to get much that you could use on your layout. So definitely something to keep in mind if you would like to decide whether or not to buy a box. Lastly, if you already have an established layout of any era or locale, that really reduces the chance that one of these mystery boxes will give you something that you can use. For me personally, who has not constructed my layout yet, these two boxes have been largely useful and interesting items that I can use because I get to plan my railroad around them, like having things like the tire plant that I can make a dedicated space with a couple of sidings and some interesting interchange opportunities, is something that I can do because I haven't built anything yet. But if you already have a basement empire or a 4x8 sheet of plywood with a loop of track and a spur, getting a big kit like that probably isn't going to be a super useful thing unless you feel like shuffling stuff around. So again, it's highly subjective. I personally feel like I got a very good value for my money with these because I can use most of it. And the stuff that I can't use or don't want to use, I can probably sell and recoup a decent bit of what I spent on these boxes. Well, that's all I got on this. This has been a really, really good time taking a look at the silver and the gold boxes. I'm probably not going to buy a bronze one just because those are mostly scenery items, and I think I'm good on building kits for the time being. But I want to thank you very much for watching these. It's been really fun doing these, and I have plenty more on the way, including maybe something we can do with this item. See you next week.